Let's take a look back at some of our best projects of 2021. Well, I thought we'd start with some of our smaller projects first, like these 8 cool cutting boards made from our scrap hardwood lumber pile. As we got ready to move to a new home, we found this to be a pretty great way to clean up the shop, get rid of some of our smaller pieces, and make some custom-made gifts as a result. With a little finish work, these cutting boards turned out awesome. Well, my oldest daughter also got married this past year, and she requested a locking wedding card box for the wedding reception. I even added a secret locking mechanism on the bottom. You'll have to check out the full video to see how we did that. But in the end, it turned out to be quite pretty. In fact, with some external polyurethane finish, it can also be repurposed as a birdhouse for their first home. I also had this oversized wristwatch that I wanted to repurpose into a small desk clock. I don't really wear the watch anymore. So by using this beautiful piece of zebra wood, I designed this industrial looking timepiece, which is going to be perfect for my work from home desk. In preparation for the holidays, my wife had requested a small tabletop or countertop wine rack, and I incorporated a design theme from a classic car flame set of graphics, which were pretty easy to draw freehand and cut out on the bandsaw. The result was pretty cool, and it works really well on a kitchen island or in the dining room. So with a little extra sanding and finish work, it turned out quite awesome. Now for some of our more difficult projects, we'll start with this scary looking, imperfect maple slab that definitely needed some love. And by securing the gap with dowels and filling with dark epoxy, the new desktop worked out really well. Especially when matched to some black steel legs, it turned out to be a perfect desk for my home office. And what's great about these leg options is that you've got a lot of different choices to pick from, and they all look great with a natural slab desk like this, especially when the black legs match the epoxy. Well, before Thanksgiving last year, and knowing that we were moving to a new home with a bigger dining room, my wife had also asked if we could create a bigger dining table that seats 8. So I designed this mission-style table as a solid one-piece top with removable legs. And it really worked well for our first full family Thanksgiving dinner in 2 years. Thanks, COVID. And with some finished trim work and a little help on assembly by our favorite shop dog, Dash, it turned out to be fantastic. Well, staying with the mission-style furniture theme, I also built this white oak sofa table using the same design cues found in our new dining table, and also in a Craftsman period rocker we built in 2020. I also incorporated this cool waffle pattern on the lower shelf, which added some visual interest in the overall design. And with a little help from my son Matt, we used a period-correct stain that takes it back to the mission style, Craftsman style period, and it really looks terrific in the living room. Now I decided to take on a stretch goal and try to recreate a much better tone wood shell for this inexpensive snare drum that I was able to get on Amazon. And so cutting out 30 individual pieces of this rare African red Padauk wood with a lot of sanding, a lot of engineering, the result came out great. And using the old hardware from the donor drum, the assembly was actually easier than I had hoped, and the sound was really terrific. We also did some smaller arts and crafts projects like this small tree of life. And this is a project that anybody can do, and if you don't have a bandsaw, you can cut out these little curved pieces with an inexpensive jigsaw. And then by just playing around with the design a little bit, moving the branch pieces in and around the design, you finalize what looks good, glue it together, and you've got a great little tree of life project. Now I went a step further to create this circular band to fit the two pieces together, but you don't need to do that. It looks really great just as is. Now we're also a travel hockey family, or at least we used to be. We've got a lot of broken sticks laying around the garage. So I thought by taking one of these hollow graphite sticks, I could turn it into a desk lamp for my new maple desk. And so cutting the pieces and fitting the cord through the hollow stick turned out to be quite easy to put this little project together. Check out that video for more construction details. Now, although I'm not a painter or really an artist, I love the work by this painter named Jackson Pollock. And because we had a bigger dining room with a huge wall that needed to be filled up with something colorful, I took a crack at trying to paint a tribute piece to Jackson Pollock's work titled Number 11. And it actually was a challenge for me to try this, but I encourage everybody to try a painting project like this. This is the original from Jackson Pollock. Here's my interpretation. It actually looks great in the dining room. Now for 2022, we've moved. We're building a cool new wood shop and have a lot of great projects planned. Come on back and join us.